Of course, I'm not sure what's going to happen right now. There's a good possibility it's just going to be a black screen for now.
Your stream is already dead.
So, yeah, you guys are going to have to help me out on this one. Is the stream going?
Well, something seems to be going, but it's perfectly black.
Oh, okay, then let's see what happens if I do this.
Oh, hey. It says Bandai.
Yeah, that's probably going to repeat soon. There we go. I'm probably going to have to fuck around with the... probably going to have to fuck around with the audio.
Let's find out.
Just let your shop blare as loudly as possible.
That's some
Hold on.
font.
There we go.
Oh, the hell, what is this?
Oh man, it even has the karaoke lyrics. Yes! It says wow, actually. Which means, roughly in the English translation, you are shocked.
Of course.
So, are you shocked yet, Blodgrevling?
Shock, maybe. Shock, I'm not so sure.
This is actually a pretty great rendition of the second intro to the first series.
That might very well be.
It's too bad, yes, that I we have this screenplay, or I would be able to sing along to more or less the entire song.
Too bad, yeah.
Yeah, probably get me booted from the call.
But too bad to have to play. Yeah, absolutely. I have absolutely no idea whatsoever what's going on.
Of course, I'm not really sure. Because now I get the feeling that there's a possibility that the game audio might be a little bit too high.
Look,
At least for the opening song, it's not too bad, but for the rest of the game, we
here's
should
the thing about
probably lower
your
it a
shop.
bit.
It can never be loud enough.
Yeah, I know, but probably gonna have to lower it now.
And the title screen option selector is the Hokuto Zankaiken. That is the most brilliant thing I have ever seen.
RVD. RVD.
So I don't know.
EDF, EDF.
Oh wait. So I don't know. Does the chat mention anything about
It's a bit hard to hear us over the shock, Elkry says.
Okay, then I'm gonna have to lower it a bit. See if I can find it. Just set it to 11 for now.
11, that's a good one.
Crank it up to 11, bro.
Let's see what happens.
I crack my knuckles over here a bit. I'm really looking forward to this game. So I'm a big fan of this series. ShinkyukyuakyukyuX.
1990X. Yeah, this is a great story.
The world was devoured by nuclear fire.
So, I don't know. How are the audio levels now?
Let's see, I'll let you know as soon as anyone comments.
Let's see, are they going to show the one with the ship struck through it? Oh. That was always my favorite skyscraper.
Audio is better.
Hooray!
So yeah, if you try to play this on an actual slimline PS2, it wouldn't even manage to get this far, but just freeze up. And I was really sad when I found out about that.
Look
This
at all
game is
that.
great.
Yeah, I like it.
So this is a PS1 game or 2?
PS1.
Right.
Got some unsavory individuals here.
Oh, and some clipping shoulder pads.
The best kind.
Indeed. Walk cycle.
Ken seems to be limping a bit. Man, look at the size of that fist. Jesus Christ.
Limping on both legs. And
Now we'll pull on his shirt and reveal the 7 scars. Then they all die.
these animations. What? What have I signed up for this time?
Lightning speed jabs.
I love the idle knife animation. Looks like they're directing banners to move it through. Why are people just exploding? Have I missed something?
Because that is the secret of the Fist of the North Star.
People just explode.
Yes. He uses his martial arts power to strike secret power points that causes overpressure in the chi system of the human body. And then you blow up. It's pretty great.
Well, that's an excuse for
More gore. You will perhaps not be surprised to hear that this series was originally created in the 80s.
Oh, really? Can't tell, to be honest.
I like that the camera doesn't actually pan over to where you are. You just
Yeah.
get further and further away from the camera.
Also, though, for action games of this era, the ones with static cameras are often better off, to be
Yeah,
honest.
that is true. Oh hey, it's Zed. You can tell it's Zed because he has a Z on his forehead. This scene was great in the English dub, by the way. Since they had to censor the blood, they made it white instead. And yeah. Yeah. And the thing is that he goes up to talk to this guy, who did this to you? And he says, the man with the big D, and then his head just explodes in white. And it zooms in on Zed's face, and you see that he's splattered by some white liquid that slowly runs down his face, and he goes, You think, man, that's probably not the message they wanted to send.
I had no idea. I generally stick with the Japanese stuff. I decided to check the English audio track a few times, but not in that scene.
It happens. And he's still limping along. Of course, if I understood word 1 of Japanese, I might have some idea what's going on, but...
Well, the thing is, he desperately needs water right now.
Oh.
Elkery, what they actually meant to say was the man with the big dipper on his chest, because the protagonist has 7 scars on his chest in the form of the big dipper. Which doesn't really make sense, because I don't think those guys actually see his chest before they're killed, but...
Well, they don't see other parts of him either, so you know. Yes, I would keep my knees tight if I were scared of that thing.
名は何というのだ。
無理だよ。そいつはリンテンだけど、目の前で親兄弟を殺されて。
And the kid characters in this series were so useless. I mean, I realize that's the entire point of them, but I mean, like, really useless.
Well, they managed to
大丈夫。
do some stuff on their own in the sequel series. It's only a shame that, you know, the sequel series wasn't as good as the first. Though it did have its moments. I mean, like that one guy who basically, I think his clothing was basically, you know, patterned after the American flag.
Hell yeah. There are a lot of interesting characters in this series. Many of them didn't make it into the anime due to copyright issues, including in one chapter of the original manga where Ken fights Hulk Hogan and Mr. T.
Didn't
The original
show up in the anime?
Sort of. He had gone through a lot of changes to be able to sneak him past, I suppose.
Well then.
Let's just bend these bars. Ew. Hey, I captured the girl. She just ran straight out into my hands. Not very clever.
He's not even holding her, if you look closely. He's just
balancing
her on
yeah.
top of his knuckles.
Oh man, that would hurt. So yeah, everyone's shocked at that point because Rin normally doesn't talk. Mina was shocked.
7つの傷の男か。邪魔だ。どけ。
What is going on with that dude's head?
There just seems to be too much animation going on at all times. Everything has like the most violent idle animation.
Yep. This game has a more animation than the animated series.
その昔、中国より伝わる恐るべき暗殺剣があると聞く。その名を
And then we get a little bit of exposition.
拳に全エネルギーを集中し、
That man
肉体の
uses the Hokuto Shinken.
表面よりむしろ内部からの破壊を極意とした。
Man, this must be really confusing for anyone that hasn't actually seen the show.
Like me, yes.
Yeah, that's the good part.
I can confirm I am confused as fuck.
And Zed is just still standing there. Oh no, my dude's exploded. I wonder why.
But still balancing that girl. Like,
So they changed this scene up, huh? I guess they had to since they want you to fight Zed, but still.
wild.
Oh, you have no idea. Please do tell me that there is a scene with Hokuto Hyakuretsu Ken at the end of this fight, Shining.
It's been quite a while since I actually had the chance to play this, so I'm not sure, but considering how close they tried to stay to the original source material, there's a good possibility that it's still in there.
I hope so. Because then Blood can learn what the true hyperspeed punching is. Fancy running animation is... I don't know.
Yes. I imagine this is not being able to say that in base. What you really need to have good animation at all is a strong walk cycle and no.
Oh shit, here we go.
Oh, is he going to blow up?
QTE inputs, and here we go.
Holy hell.
Punch him in the nuts.
QTE.
Jesus Christ, those nut punches. Hokuto, Yakuretsu again.
様の剣などかほども効かんわ。ぶっ殺してやる。
Here comes the
お
line.
前はもう死んでいる。
Yeah.
Sure.
Synthol overdose.
そうか。あの小娘のツボをしたのか。
Even Island made it
す
worse.
げえよ。チートの連
To
中
tell me again while you're coming along with me, you useless piece of shit.
俺と組まないか。
Yes, please, why don't you dub this for us?
なあ、待ってくれよ。
Japanesely impaired people.
Those that are not weeaboo enough.
どうして？
Well, enough to be fair, this is the post-apocalypse where violent death is like getting up in the morning, more or less. I mean, there is a ludicrous amount of people getting killed in this series.
So why does the old man have a sensible length on his skirt but the little girl doesn't?
They ran out of material.
I mean,
Oh man, look at that hobble. Just gonna speed hobble away.
Hobbling at the speed of light.
They'll never catch up.
どうした？
Oh no. Yes, that is door. That is indeed a wrist-mounted crossbow, because hell yeah.
わしはこの種もみをどうしても村に届けねばならんのじゃ。
何？
今ある食料はいずれ尽きる。じゃがこの種もみがあれば
It's like it's some sort of
それがどう
artistic
した？
theater. Everyone is just over-animating themselves. Nay, pretty, do not slay me.
Mayhaps we can come to an agreement.
ご承知ゃ見逃してくれ。
And then I guess Robert Downey Jr. just shows up and goes, "Dost thou mother know thou wearest her drapes?"
おい、
Yes, do a front flip before you jump off the cliff.
なんだてめえは。その老人を助けてやれ。なんだと？
Thank you, Squirrel.
てめえこの
I'm going to rely on you to give me any idea what's going on.
From
here on out.
I know the entire series by heart. I'm just trying not to commentate over everything.
死にたくなければやめておけ。
北斗だとバカめ。死ね。
And now the dancing number. Hobbling away. Oh no, watch out.
And he is barely catching up.
I like that that is a tense, dramatic cutaway. Hobble faster, old man, he's right behind you.
No, it's not. Every time the camera cuts away, he gets further away.
It's Monty Python and the Holy Grail Lancelot scene all over again.
Yes. Oh, quick time.
覚悟はいいか？
Now it's time for the Hokuto Shinken Nishishinku,
真剣。
or the North Star Nil Space Grab, which is specifically used to parry arrows.
And live long and prosper.
俺の右目が。覚えてろ。必ず
Thou hast slain me, forsooth.
The correct thing to do here will be to quote Xiahodun. I was born with this eye, as it was given to me by my mother. I shall not leave it behind. And then you eat the eyeball of the arrow. Continue fighting. And Jetsi!
What the hell kind of animation was that?
今日より明日久しぶりに人間に会った気がする。
人間
I like the truck just sticking out of the garage, but not really because it's part of the texture.
Yes. So, is this really a... Is this how the episode goes, or is basically just fight scene?
It's more or less this.
Yeah. It's an action anime, so yeah.
That means there will be only action.
Well, there is some exposition later on that explains why Kenshiro is walking around murdering dudes. Spoilers, it has to do with taking back his love.
Oh joy.
That's the reason, the
Oh,
opening
man.
scene.
I forgot about that.
Oh no! Spear out of nowhere!
Bounce.
Honestly, I'm surprised he was still alive after that.
お前たちに今日生きる資格はない。
Villains like you do not deserve to live beyond this day. I think is the line in the original episode.
I think he specifically called them wild
次は貴
dogs.
様の番だ。
Something along those lines.
Yeah.
Thou hast a no chance. We'll start some lobby campaigning to get that stuff.
Put it in your e-signature on all the forums, I was about to say.
Yes. Oh, he's blocking with his crossbow.
Better than blocking with your arm like people generally do in games. I never quite figured that one out. Oh man, even your health bar bleeds.
Well, I guess that depends on what you are blocking. If you're blocking a puncher kick, an arm is not unheard of. But... yeah,
Fireballs, bullets, swords.
yeah, you might want to find some people.
Come on, Ken, you can't lose here.
So I take it from the Japanese soundtrack with Japanese subtitling that this was not
Looks like I
released
screwed that one up.
in Europe.
No. This game was released in 2000, and most people had sort of moved on from the PS1 by then.
Oh, well done.
北斗残海剣これ
Oh,
は
Zankaiken.
8ある経絡飛行のうち
The North Star Fist of Lingering Regret, as it was officially translated.
3秒後に貴様は
Get
死ぬ
behind that. Gives you a hangover.
It's worse than that. Once he removes his thumbs, you have a set number of seconds left to live.
Oh,
And he can apparently just set your brain to explode like a timer.
俺はまだ死にたくねえ。死にた死に。
In the animated series, it was pretty great because they actually put a digital clock up in the top right corner that actively counted down.
狙われる。早くここを離れよう。
well, why not?
蹴りをつけて
Why not indeed?
まさか金を。
Elkree, you have no idea what is coming.
Oh, and now we're at the Southern Cross.
Well, that was a bit of a jump.
Yeah, apparently this game skips all of the, at least the majority of the filler that was in the anime.
Who cares about story? More fighting!
いやなんでもない
Let's see, the dude with the claws, he's Diamond, right?
I can't remember.
なんだお前は。
知ったところで
Oh, you gained a bit of
誰に
health
語ることもできん
or something.
この野郎
One dude with a knife. Oh, there we go. Nekomata, it's not so much that he makes up techniques as he goes, as the fact that Hokuto Shinken has a 4,000-year-old history and was designed originally to be able to contend with all the 108 martial arts of the Nanto Seiken, which means that they have a counter for any technique or any situation ever devised in human history.
Right.
And that's basically its big thing. It has a countermeasure for everything.
So you need about
ケン、ここが城の入り口みたいだぜ。鍵がかかってやがる。どうすんだよ、ケン。ケン、通気口があるぜ。奥に明かりも見える。
Ellistor wants to know, does he have a counter for an MLRS firing at him?
ここは
Well,
バット様の出番ってわけだな。
technically yes.
任せときなって。
Because among other things in the animated series, he opens the explosion of he blocks the explosion of a grenade with an open palm.
守衛室か。
So I guess that technically he could like jump into the air and kick the missiles or something. I
誰
don't
も
know.
いないみたいだ。
And Elskri, I'm afraid to say that the blood that
よし。
came
早いと
spurting out
鍵を開けてやるか。
that dude's head earlier after brain timer was in fact from the holes punched by the thumbs.
How does this get green light?
It was one of the most well critically received shonen manga in history.
What does that say about the critics?
It tells us that Japan
Well, to
has
be fair, back then they were still really, really pissed with the whole Hiroshima and Nagasaki thing.
everything had to do with nukes.
ここからは俺一人で行く。お前はどこかに隠れてい
I
る。
like that Ken doesn't even thank him for opening the door. He just dramatically walks in.
I suppose Ken secretly hates Bat just about as much as the viewers.
何者だ貴様
Battle.
ここがどこか分かってんのか
That kid.
やろふざけやがって
So useless.
Another translator went to bed.
Now you will have to rely on the fans. So let me tell you about some great scenes from the anime. Like the time Kenshiro stops a tank by kicking it. He simply kicks it from the front so fast that its engine burns out trying to keep up. Yup. And then there's the fight where he goes up against this Turkish stereotype whose secret technique is that he swings his scimitar like a helicopter blade in front of him and says that no man has ever survived my whirlwind of death. And then Ken strikes between the spinning blades with such speed that he doesn't get cut. Yup.
Yeah.
Yup.
I don't know, wasn't that the guy that was actually keeping score of all the people he killed?
Yeah.
And then at the end, Kenshiro mentions that he's number 101 or something. Something like that. What I'm saying is it was totally badass.
Everything Ken does is just ludicrously over-the-top badass in the worst sort of 80s action way, and that's why it's great. And the story, I'm afraid to tell you that nanomachines are not involved in any way in this series. Because nanomachines were not really a thing when the original manga was penned.
Mm-hmm. 部屋の中で豚を飼っているようだな。
So who are we up against now?
Apparently Mr. Hart.
Oh man. Hart. He's a cool dude. He's the fattest.
君が北斗神拳を使うというケンシロウ君かね。
やはり豚か。豚は豚小屋へ行け。
And his special ability is that he is fat.
Pretty much.
Yeah, there seems to be a superpower in Japan somehow.
この辺りの豚はよく喋るようだな。
And of course, for anyone who's interested, at this point, Kenshiro is just basically going on about how this guy is basically a fat pig and that he should just simply go back to the pig pen with the others.
Kenshiro is into fat shaming, basically. He's a bit of a dick. Stop jiggling your belly at us like that, Hart. Jeez. Now the thing about Hart is that since he is so fat, he is viewed as invulnerable because ordinary weapons, fists and kicks and so on, they just bounce off.
Yeah, that's how that works.
Yep. So the only person that he knows of that he thinks can beat him is the guy he's working for, which also happens to be the dude that Kenshiro is searching for. Air combos!
And here he actually explains his,
Yeah. See,
of course, considering where his hand is, it's sort of...
See, you can't hit his power points because they're hidden deep beneath all that blubber. Your arm just gets stuck if you punch hard enough. And then he counters you. But it's okay. Because sometime in Hokuto Shinken's 4,000-year-old history, one of the other Fist of the North Star went up against a really fat dude. So they have devised a technique.
Does this take as long? Oh, no, okay, good. It was a lot shorter this time around.
Yeah, there is a voiceover in the first one.
Alright.
Stop getting stuck in his belly, Shining. Jeez. Here we go.
So are these just directions, or do you have to know what punch goes where?
No, it's just that at certain points you can't really hit him because then he immediately retaliates.
No, I'm thinking of the quick time events.
Oh. Well, it's... The way it works is that apparently the direction that the fist is pointing correlates with one of the 4 face buttons.
Right.
So basically this is how Hokuto Shinken deals with super fat people. You kick them so much in a circle that their fat forms a crater, and then you punch right in the middle of the crater.
Or you get a knife.
Now, edged weapons are cowardly.
Gun will do. Cannon.
Lobber explosion.
Or you hit him in the face. That isn't that padded.
See, you're no fun. You have to defeat people on their own circumstances, you know? You have to defeat them at their strongest, so that you prove that you are stronger than they are. Oh hey, Shin is already here, holy shit.
Kenshiro.
That's the haircut.
サザンクロスの主金やはりお前だったかシン貴様に会うため地獄の底から
So here's the rub. Ken and Shin were best pals when they were younger.
What a surprise.
But they loved the same woman.
That has never happened before.
I know, right? It's the most creative setup for a nemesis in the history of mankind.
The nature is on a overthrown. Paralyzed, it seems. Sorry.
There are so many great scenes where Shin talks to Yuria. I'm just depressed that they didn't.
Oh, hey,
make it to the game.
flashback.
Oh man. Oh yes, this scene in the English dub is the best fucking thing.
Please do explain.
Yeah, because when they have basically decided to declare their love and they have decided to live together and so on, and then as they walk back to the motorcycle, suddenly you hear someone yell, "Room service!" and a giant axe just splits the motorcycle in half.
Oh god.
So apparently one of the voice actors for the random mooks decided to improvise a bit, and it turned into absolute gold.
Can you blame him?
Time for the North Star Flying Defensive Fist.
They both missed.
Or so you thought. Keep the lady occupied with the knife dance while I deal with Ken.
Yeah, Shin is... he's kind of crazy.
You don't say.
Is it tickling him?
Not my nipples, no! Oh, it hurts so bad!
No, at this point he essentially jabs one of his fingers straight into his chest.
Oh. So he's not twisting his nipples then.
And he apparently... and that's pretty much how Kenshiro actually got his Big Dipper scar.
Yep. And it also proves that Shin has like 5 inches between his fingers on his right hand. Because he shoves all 4 fingers in at the same time at the end into the abdominal area. And then throughout the entire series you can clearly see that there's at least a good 3 or 4 inches of space between each scar. So I don't know. Other good scenes involving Shin, like when he has gathered a lot of jewels that he's giving to the girl to try and convince her, "Hey, look at me, I'm rich, fall in love with me instead." And she goes, "Lol, no, noob." And then he gets super angry. Then he grabs one of the jewels and he takes it between his thumb and index finger and he just crushes it.
I hope no noob is in the script.
More or less.
So now he just punched her for something.
Yep, stabbed her in the neck. She's totally dead. Oh hey, we get to see the skulls for the first time.
This could possibly end badly since I have less than half my health.
Just run around in circles.
This is the final boss battle of Yakuza 1 right here.
And Demon Souls.
Oh man, old King Allant.
What? Without the
Now he's
voice
just
clip.
taunting me at this point.
No, without the voice clip, that's a bit confusing.
Aha, your health is yellow. And it's dusty in there.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess they lost all the vacuum cleaners during the war.
Vacuum cleaners in the post-apocalypse are called
Oh,
slaves. And I'm pretty sure Shin had quite a few. No, Ken!
Oh, jeez,
Get
and they even
off.
showed the Star of Death.
That's
Oh,
upside
man.
down. That is upside down. It really is.
Hey now, they're in Japan.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not really sure what these options are, so I'll just go with the first one. Hopefully
In
that's continued.
Japan, everything is upside down. It's true.
Just.
Oh,
Japan.
good.
I am
And
not
I get all
that-
my health back. That's good.
I'm not that horrible at geography, am I? Japan is still in. Because this doesn't work. This doesn't work that way. Something is horribly wrong.
Oh, and before anyone starts going on about how I keep missing, problem is, this game, even though it was released in 2000, it doesn't have any analog controls. It's just the D-pad. And it
Hell
also
yeah.
doesn't help that I'm using the Xbox 360's D-pad here, so...
The legendarily terrible D-pad. Get back here, Ken. Stop running. Jeez.
D-pads have their use, Raptor, but a 3D action game is not one of them.
If you ask the Japanese, the D-pad is optimal for everything.
Yeah, I tend to prefer playing with the D-pad in 2D games, but when I only need 4 directions. So now you're just... Oh, there we go.
Yeah, you must hit him while he's lit up like that.
Oh.
Yeah, at that point, Kenshiro just punched straight through his hand.
Yeah. And then
Fist bump.
yep, and then he punches the cross of death into his chest.
Grow up. You're pretty good.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, I think Kenshiro told him that he has about 1 minute left to live. So, let's see how long this cutscene is going to last.
Ken, before I die, let me tell you my life story. It all began in 1792. My ancestor formed a family.
So yeah, for anyone that's confused, Kenshiro checked Julia's body and it turns out that it's just a doll. And Shin is explaining that apparently she committed suicide before Kenshiro arrived. Apparently she was getting sick of Shin's shit.
Just take it back to the throat for a second here. That's not me, I guess. But, and why is it called the Fist of the North Star?
It's actually sort of a mistranslation because Hokuto is the Japanese word for the Big Dipper.
Okay, so they just went, well, the North Star is not in the Big Dipper, but fuck it, we'll just...
Yeah, because the thing is that the star it refers to is generally known as the Big Bear. So, the original English translation of Ken of the Big Bear Fist was not quite as,
Yeah, I
easy
think in the
to
beginning
sell.
it still kind of worked, but then I think it sort of became a problem when I think it was that one of the later characters actually did have a fighting technique that referenced the North Star.
Dark. What's that?
Pretty much activates her jets and just flies off.
Was that an emulator error, or was it supposed to be darkness going on there?
It's supposed to be darkness, I think.
For dramatic effect, you see.
Because if there's one thing the Fist of the North Star needs, it's more dramatic effect. And then Shin proudly proclaims, haha, but it won't be you that kills me, Kenshiro.
And then his nipple starts spurting blood.
I flexed too hard.
These people really shouldn't skip leg day, should they? 10 out of 10.
And Kenshiro is such a nice guy that he even made a grave for Shin.
Yeah, gives him a proper burial. And Bud immediately walks up and goes, why are you giving him a burial? He was an asshole. And Ken goes, he was my friend.
So, is this still the first episode?
No.
Okay.
This is like episode 21 or something.
Okay, so now we are approaching the end.
Of the first core, yes.
Okay.
Well, I think we still have a bit to go, because I think it was about, I don't know, wasn't it like 109 episodes?
In the first series, yeah.
Okay, since we just killed the guy he was searching for, I mean...
But here's the thing. He was not the one responsible, really. Because he was being manipulated.
Well, I'm not really sure what this says. So let's just
Do you
get
want to
that.
save?
I don't know. I think there's a versus mode in this game, so it's possible that I might have unlocked Shin.
Oh.
This seems like a great game to have and have a versus mode in it, doesn't it? And it's good to be able to understand what's going on. What is our name? Well, we are Kenshiro, or Ken for short, but it's funny that you may ask that, because in this next sequence there will be a character that demands people tell him his name.
Yeah, but first the entire thing with Jackal.
Jackal is the best, especially in the English dub. When he proclaims that he's a master of Nanto Bakusatsuken, the explosive fist of the South Star, and Ken raises an eyebrow and asks, throwing dynamite? That's a martial art? And Jackal just shrugs and goes, hey, whatever works, buddy. I have to agree, if you're good enough to throw dynamite that you can reliably explode it when it hits people, why not? That's a martial art if I ever saw one.
Yeah, incidentally, in the anime, during this scene, Jackal was actually taking a bath. And while he was taking a bath, he killed 2 of his henchmen just because he could.
Yep, need to show how much of an evil badass he is.
Also, he's evil. Is it the guy behind the bar that was taking a bath?
No, it's the big guy in red that was seen on screen for a few moments as the camera panned into the scene.
Oh, wow. That was a jump. That was some animation.
I can jump with my butt.
Bad for God's sake. Just stop doing that.
おばちゃん、僕たちみたいな身寄りのない子供がいるから村から出れなくて一人で井戸を掘ってるんだ。でもおばちゃん一人の力ではどうにもならないんだ。
あのババアまだ生きてたのかよ。
井戸を掘るには男の人の力が
It's like they're communicating using some sort of strange body language.
I just stopped myself from starting singing body talk. I think that might have been for the best.
I do like that they did manage to capture this constant smarmy look on the bartender's face, though. That's good attention to detail.
So it's this the guy?
Yep. You can tell by the straps of dynamite across his chest.
Oh, that's what it's supposed to be. Okay.
サザンクロスを一夜にして落としたという。
Short fuse dynamite.
よし、我々のオアシスが見つかったぞ。
And he's really pissed at that table.
おばちゃん、マット兄ちゃんが戻ってきたよ。
And that ends that scene, I guess.
人も見つかったよ。
やろババア、せっかく俺が戻ってきたのに出迎えもなしか。
どの面下げて帰ってきた。
I am angry about things.
この道楽者のバカ息子が。
That old lady is the best.
That old lady is the best, seriously.
おばちゃん。
She is straight up
よく無
gangster.
事で戻ってきてくれた。勝手に飛び出して心配させよって。滝、そちらの方が
More kids. Hooray.
井戸掘りを手伝ってく
The
れる
old
って
lady runs an orphanage of
そうで
sorts.
したか。
Give that
わしは
poor girl some
と言いますね
pants.
No,
とどまって。
girls are not allowed to wear pants in the future.
はい。
It's against the
み
law.
んな親を殺されたり、足手
They
まとい
didn't
に
have
なっ
enough
たり
pants to
で
go around after the
捨
war.
てられてしまった子供たちじゃ。それで、
Most of the
わしが面
pants
倒
were
を見
lost
と
in
る
the
という
nuclear
わけじゃ
fire.
今ではみんなわしの可愛い子供じゃ。
俺はあんたの子だなんて思ってないぜ。
そいつはどうしようもない悪ガキじゃが、こういうバカは余計に可愛いもんじゃって。
Man, liking
こ
that
んな
yaw.
小さい子供たちを連れて旅をすることは
Especially in the relation where her
村
mouth
に
is.
とどまるしかないんじゃ。
なぜ村の者たちは井戸を掘ろうとせぬのだ。
井戸の底に熱い岩盤があって、これ以上は無理なんじゃ。それでみんな諦めてしまったというわけじゃ。じゃが
Also, what is that kid in the background
わしは諦めるわけに
doing?
はいかんのじゃ。
そうか。
Is there something wrong with his neck?
なんとかしてる。
It's just suffering from PS1 idle animation disease, I think.
So yeah, they
いくら
basically
剣でも岩盤を
brought
割るなんて
Kenshiro over here because they were running out of water. They think they might have
ああ、
found a spring,
お
but
願いしますじゃ。
they weren't actually able to burrow through the ground, so
Now it's going to punch it through the ground.
pretty
Yes.
much.
That is actually exactly what he's going to do.
水がなければ子供たちに生はない。
And I think that in this scene he puts his palm on there and he says that he can sense the water running beneath it. Then he shoots energy down into the rock, causing it to explode.
ありがとうございます。なんとお礼を言ったらよい。
Now we have water.
水が出たことを知られれば
And apparently the well filled up all the way to the top. What the hell?
隠し通した方が良いだろう。
That doesn't
わかり
seem...
ました。もしよろしければ。
Oh, that's the point of it you have any problems with.
Yeah, that I have a problem with. I'm fine with magical martial arts,
かえって
but
災いを招くことになる
just
かも。
そうですか。
water physics? No.
You see, you lost me already at the punching the ground to bring forth water.
リンドだけを頼みます。
Well, it's basically like blowing a hole with dynamite, only you
俺を
used
入れ
your
込んだって
fist.
そうはいかないぜ。私もついていく。
お前たち勝手にしろ。村を出たか。
Well, the world's gone to shit, but at least they have enough petrol to let their engines idle.
Oh, you have no idea.
Yeah, apparently after the war there was still plenty of fuel to go around.
Yeah, the bad guys have so many motorcycles. It's ludicrous.
That's a walking animation.
俺には
Frankenstein, I know I always joke that in the post-apocalypse, apparently the only factories that survived were the ones that made protein powder.
2台ではない。
Because all the villains are like 7'6" and weigh 900 pounds.
戻るぞ。
Well, I don't know. I presume that most likely has something to do with the whole survival of the fittest thing. Probably all of the
Yeah.
weaker guys already died off at this point.
Well, the thing is, that sort of body, you would have to eat like 20,000 kilocalories a day just to stay alive. And everyone else is starving, so where the hell are they getting all the food?
Cannibalism?
お前たちの相手をしている暇はない。死にたいやつからさっさとかかってこい。
ほざくな。あの水は俺たちのもんだぜ。とっとと帰んな。
And everyone has such great coats. It's unfair.
So yeah, what's handy about those guys in red, if they explode, anyone who gets caught in the blast, they also immediately die.
Yup.
So they are living bombs.
Yep. Kenshiro several times in the series uses the people as projectiles to activate power points on other people. It's pretty great. He punches them so hard that they fly into a group of people, and all the people that get hit by the flying dude also explode. No explanation given because none is required.
Is there a karaoke track to this fighting move, or what's going on there?
That bit of text at the top, that's actually them talking.
Oh.
That's sort of the timer for the quick time events in this game.
Aha.
なんて野郎だ。俺たちも加勢するんだ。
How many caricatures can you see in this shot?
Won't get a proper battle axe and on salvord.
I think it's a baldish.
Oh well.
It's the East European answer to the battle axe I was about to say. His most powerful attack is just spinning.
Yes, the most effective way to use a two-handed axe.
Just to hold the up against your butt and then you spin around and everyone dies.
And I guess at best it would be used in open space if there were no archers, but... and mildly inconvenience anyone who got in the way.
Gosh darn it. Stop that. Trying to walk here. Jeez.
If it was a two-handed long sword, then it at least would have been bladed all the way, but with that axe thing, I mean, anyone charging at you would most likely be hit with a stick.
That hurts too.
Yes, but if, you know, if they are charging at you, stabbing you with a sword, you are worse off. That's just...
Well, this is really a shame, because in the anime they actually showed her off actually, you know, trying to shoot Jackal.
Yeah, when she fights back and she has a freaking AK that she managed to dig up somewhere.
But I guess in the game she just gets wounded off screen.
Yeah. They didn't want a model gun, I suspect.
それでバットはもらう。バット体に気をつけてな。
バット、さようだ。母さんと言ってやれ。
母さん、お母さん。
She overdosed on raspberry juice. It happens to the best of us.
I'll let some more of these characters die, their animation become a lot better.
Sooner or later everyone will be still.
Man, that guy just went to town on that texture.
Yes.
Take that, you piece of shit. Hate walls.
人を殺した後はしょんべんがしたくなる。
Clear Mr. Olympia contender right here.
What's going on? Why?
お前はジャッカルの手下だな。
貴様はババアの村の。
死んでもらおう。
そんなこと言っていいのか？ここには仲間がたくさんいる。俺が合図すればみんな出てくるぜ。
構わん。合図してみろ。その方が手間が
Eldor doesn't get any of this. That's fine.
Eldor, I am right there with you. Trust me on this.
Hey, another Valkyrie guy.
This is about to start singing smoke bro.
俺の右腕はここにある。それに奴があの男の相手をしていれば、それだけ俺たちが遠くに逃げることができる。しかし
Now his beard is clipping through his chin. Gotta love PS1.
We've all been there.
Oh, PS1, how I missed you.
Z-axis rendering, how does it work?
仲のいいことだな。
Oh no, my friends aren't coming despite all my whistling. I guess I'm going to die horribly.
Well, at least he glued his suspenders to his body. That was unexpected. That animation was
Let's do the monkey with
居
me.
場所を聞き出した後だがな。
So yeah, this is easy.
I was about to say, stop stun locking the poor man.
So, that was a lot of setup for absolutely nothing.
なんだ？口が勝手に。
Now his
新
blade
一という
turned.
飛行をついた。
If I remember correctly, he used some sort of technique that
ジャッカルは
he pretty much
かつて
Now-
凶悪犯ばかりを集めて
he would
投獄
now
していたと言われる。
when Kenshiro tells him to do something, he'll do it. So he just tells him to lead him straight to Jackal.
なぜだ？なぜ口が？
では、貴様の処刑を始めよう。
Deus Ex Machina, the martial art.
Yep, I think the exact technique is basically that you are rendered unable to lie, and you just keep talking no matter what.
Right, that was it.
So all Ken has to do is ask where Jackal is, and he says, "Ha! As if I'll tell you that Jackal is blah blah blah." Oh no! Why did I say that? And Kenshiro just goes, "I punched one of your PowerPoints." Because that is the
pretty
explanation
much
for
exactly
everything.
what happened.
Yep, it's the explanation for everything in Fist of the North Star. Kenshiro just goes, "I activated one of his PowerPoints," and then it's technobabble time, basically.
And then I had a presentation. Wait. Wrong PowerPoint.
終わりだ、ジャッカル。覚悟を決めろ。
Now, this could be a problem since we're now fighting guys on motorcycles.
Card games on motorcycles.
They are not very good drivers.
Well, we have to admit, it's pretty impressive to be able to navigate an area this small with a bike that size in the first place.
They don't. They just crash into everything and flail around.
Oh jeez, oh no!
This might be the least threatening enemy so far.
The manga, there were several badass scenes where Kenshiro rides a motorcycle, but they didn't end up animating those because they take too much budget.
Oh yeah, he just killed. They kind of like their one-hit kill.
I don't know, that actually reminds me, I think it was wasn't there a filler episode where something involving two rival gangs trying to kill each other? And they apparently decided to hire Kenshiro to take down the other one?
Yeah, I think so.
And then it just ended by pretty much hitting a bunch of PowerPoints so that they essentially, so that the two leaders of the rival gangs just end up pressing up against each other until they exploded. Which, incidentally, just before that happened, Kenshiro also decided to, tell them that they make a cute couple.
A bit of a homoerotic take on Yojimbo.
This guy.
Completely out of place text all of a sudden.
Well, it's around this point that Jackal's trying to use his trump card.
Does it really need this rumbling effect? I mean, everything is fucking jiggling.
It's called dynamism, damn it. Things have to be dynamic. Hey, look at that. It's the guy from the ending scene of the intro.
What do you know?
Yeah, I don't know. As far as I know, at least how they translated his name, they don't seem to be able to make up their minds. It's either Devil Rebirth or Devil Reverse.
Yeah. And isn't he some sort of high security prisoner that was just super huge and super evil?
Yeah, I think it involves something like that. They tried to execute him like a dozen times, but he just wouldn't die, so they just decided to lock him up.
We just couldn't figure out a way to kill a person that big, so, we just gave up.
I like them. They're all those that if you survived your own hanging, then you were free to go because you're only sentenced to being hanged.
Yeah.
The outcome didn't really matter.
That's why they changed it into hanged by the neck until dead.
Yes.
They closed that little loophole there.
It was a nice loophole. It had a certain charm. Valkyrie, I am not going to bet against you.
Well, maybe he uses a kick. I like that Kenshiro Bendy just finds his way down here too. It's like, oh, this is where you and your giant beast man is hanging out. What's up?
Hello, boys.
And I mean, what have they been feeding this guy?
I was just about to mention that.
Collarbone clipping.
Oh, I was about to say, weren't they fighting above ground in the scene? But oh yeah, it was just
lift off.
Is it supposed to fly, or is that the worst physics jump I have ever seen in my life?
He's so big, you see, that jumping is
slower.
And welcome to this baseball field. Today's game is between Kenshiro and Devil Rebirth. First batter, Kenshiro.
Now, let's dance.
Now it turns out that he actually knows martial arts as well.
Hey, the first guy in the series with some sensible proportions. There's legs as well, who knows?
Later on, there are dudes that just have legs roughly the same width as their torso instead.
その憲法の称号なのだ。
Now, Alistair, in what time of history did someone have to fight a guy that huge? Well, see, back in the good old days of the Chinese Empire, there were giants and stuff walking around, or so the ancient texts tell us. So I'm sure they came up against a few. Oh, poor Elkery.
Let me use my purple super aura.
Yeah, here we go.
That removes my shirt.
Yep, that's a thing. He gathers his energy and it rips his shirt apart. That happens almost every episode.
Oh, so it rips it. It does not absorb it into his body like it looks. Because they then kind of missed the whole ripping apart thing.
Yeah. I think it would take too much animation. But it's pretty great, because in the series he wears this red undershirt and that jean jacket, and he destroys it in practically every episode, and then next episode he just has a new one. It's never explained where he gets them.
Yeah, I sort of forgot what exactly I'm supposed to do here.
Well, he seems to have two attacks. They applaud until they die, and tornado. Oh, here comes a rock.
Take this, you piece of shit. There we go.
Oh, so that's how it goes. Now I remember why I had so much trouble with this guy.
Effect done.
So yeah, this is exciting. This is totally how it happened in the anime.
The actual punching him scene, though, is pretty much spot on.
Hokuto! 七死聖天なんだお前何した
That was it. Really?
He punched him into several power points corresponding to the Big Dipper. The ultimate technique. Well, at least he claims that it's the ultimate technique in that episode, and then it turns out that Hokuto Shinken has like a dozen more ultimate techniques that are even more ultimate than the previous one.
So that was an anticlimax of my episode.
Welcome to Fist of the North Star, I was about to say. That's basically how it works. No matter how ludicrous an enemy that pops up, Kenshiro does some sort of stupid magical punch and then they die.
Yeah, it's great, don't you think?
Yeah, it's hilarious. It's like those crappy detective series where you just want to see what sort of a super stupid crime and solution they managed to finagle out.
See, I think I found a difference between us, and that is you have a much higher tolerance for bullshit.
Also, incidentally, in the anime, that's not how Jackal died. Kenshiro just walked up to him and lit one of his dynamite sticks, and then just walked off.
Because Jackal was paralyzed. Kenshiro is a bit of a sociopath like that. Final score 2-0. The home team wins.
Yeah.
So it's the time to meet Mamiya?
will be.
I think it
I
is.
don't know. Isn't there first a whole thing with his brother?
Yeah, but I seem to recognize this place.
そうか
Isn't this the town where they meet Mamiya? Maybe they switched up the order to fit the story better.
Oh, there she is.
花は好き？はいでももう
Mamiya, whose entire character revolves around, oh no, she looks exactly like Ken's old fiancé. And she wears hot pants.
Of course.
私はマミヤ。この村のリーダ
Now
ー。
Blodgrevling got cocktail sauce all over himself.
すぐ地獄行きになら
That's
ない
If you know what I mean. He saw them gams, and then wow, cocktail sauce all over himself. Oh, jeez.
Oh, hey, there's Ray.
So wait, wow, he just walks in?
Apparently.
Oh.
I'm getting confused. Was that the guy we killed earlier who was formerly a blonde, or is this a different guy?
It's a different guy, but he's from the same general school.
Okay.
Because you have the Hokuto Shinken, which is only the Fist of the North Star, and then you have the Nanto Seiken, which is a 108 different martial arts school that are basically is the North Star's opposite. And of the Nanto Seiken, there are 6 schools that are regarded as superior to the others, and that guy is the current inheritor of one of those styles. The Nanto Suishoken, to be exact, which means the South Star Waterfowl Fist.
ならば
He's a duck.
最初に死にたいやつから前に出てみろ
Oh, we have
So yeah, these guys are, they belong to the Fang clan. They're basically a bunch of guys that run around with animal furs, and they're basically absolutely insane.
They think that they're one big family.
Nope. Not making that joke. Still can't take a beating though.
Technically, I mean, it's practically impossible to survive being punched by someone who knows Hokuto Shinken. That's sort of the thing. Unless you're a plot dude, of course, TM, then normal techniques don't do anything. Because that's just how it works.
See, the thing here is that I don't believe in magic.
Exactly.
I refuse to do it, but the point stands.
Yeah. You have bullshit armor, basically.
Yes.
It's nice that they come in, you know, 2 or 3 at a time through the front door, though.
Yeah.
Especially when no one's home.
And then he just disappeared into the ground.
Oh no, this dude is super strong.
Oh no.
あの化け物やってくれキャオなんだ
気が変わったのでな
Okay, I just had to check out that guy's voice acting, and that was not what I expected. That was a bit more high-pitched than I had foreseen.
Yeah, the guy that voiced it, he was kind of typecasted for pretty boy characters for the most part.
北斗神拳
Your biceps are almost as large as mine.
ただの用心棒とは違う
Let us stare at each other dramatically for a while.
まさか北斗神拳を使う男に会おうとはな
なんと水長剣を使う男レイと言ったななぜ奴らを裏切った
奴らと
This is some fantastic voice acting.
俺は強い方に願えただけだ
なぜそこまで
胸に7つの傷を持つ男を見つし
They're mumbling at each other while looking into the distance.
胸に7つの傷。
大変だ。また奴らが。
Now it is revealed that there's another man with 7 scars going around doing horrible things.
Oh no.
So Kenshiro realized that someone's trying to frame him.
Also, incidentally, the kid that they're holding hostage that happens to be Mamiya's little brother.
Have we met Mamio yet?
Mamiya is the lady.
Oh. Unfortunate name, but good.
You can tell that she's an important character because she has metal shoulder pads.
And she hasn't died yet.
Oh no, my brother. But the reason they're rolling their R's is because rolling your R's in a very exaggerated manner is regarded as not only very impolite, but also very burdus in the Japanese language. It basically makes you sound like a thug.
Well, except when Norio Wakamoto does it, then it just makes him sound like a total badass.
Really
Yeah.
thuggish.
Yeah. It's basically the same effect as, you know, letting your vowels ring out longer. La, will, I, would, It's the same thing.
That just makes it sound like he had a stroke, though, doesn't it?
I'm pretty sure they did. It would explain their behavior, I was about to say.
Explain a lot of things.
I like that the guy's arms don't even match up with the holes in his clothes. Come on. Have you ever danced with the devil in the pale moonlight?
Yeah, sure, and then I punched him in the face and then it blew up.
Can't say I had.
Literally fought Satan and won, you guys.
That's happened more time than one, but we'd probably just kill him with this devil killer punch,
Probably.
which he made up on the spot because, well, fuck, we can't be bothered to write any plot for this.
Here we go.
そうだ。獣並みの力とスピードを誇る。まだらの攻撃を。
Blodgrevling.
Yep.
And evils.
Berserk werewolf guy.
Oh no.
And he also had some sort of martial arts in this series, I think. Because all these normal dudes are just using the Wolf Fang Fist or whatever it is, and he had a more advanced version of that.
The Wolf Full Fist.
The double Wolf Fall. Even then, it didn't get really stupid with the martial arts until part 2. Still had some really stupid things in part 1 too, of course, like the guy who's an expert at Mongolian wrestling.
Well,
which allows him to turn certain parts of his body invulnerable through flexing his muscles. That's what wrestling is all about, right?
I am not impressed. I simply do not have the mental fortitude to stand against this barrage of bullshit. That's my problem.
You don't lie, take on the strangers who pose kindly like that in our area, you know what I'm saying? Can't understand a word you're saying. Well, I jab after matter.
それに今日はなぜか貴様らを殺したくて仕方がない。我らリヴァイ一族をただの組織と思うな。見せてやる。
Even the tiny dudes are super ripped. Like, ludicrously ripped.
Of course.
While the big guys are just shooting their hips forward in a suggestive manner.
俺を助けるつもりなら手出しは無用だ。
そんな気はないが。
Nice. Talk about jumpsuit going on there.
お互い女の涙には弱いというな。さて行くか。
Okay, they're trying to tell me something here, but I have no idea what.
Isn't this scene where the exchange is about that Kenshiro asks what Ray would do if he found out that Kenshiro was the man with the 7 scars?
Isn't that after they killed their leader in the anime?
I'm pretty sure they do it twice. Only they're a little more roundabout this time.
Yes, because that's some quality conversation. Let's do it 2 times. Why the fuck not?
To drive the point home. Those rapid fire kicks were a technique you had never done before, I think. You only just figured out how to do them, or?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
I tried to check the manual, but I didn't have much luck because it's all in Japanese. So I'm trying to learn all of this as I go along.
Watch out, it's the Midget Defense Force.
It also doesn't help like having trouble hitting them because they're so short.
You need to kick.
Yo.
Yeah, but the kick isn't as quick as the punch. That's the problem.
It's all in the mind. Both the kick and the punch.
Indeed. Kick. Oh, that game. Hey! References I get! Fuck it. Refers to everything.
Parappa the Fist of the North Star. I just got to believe. Uses his music and singing to activate power points in people's ears, causing their brains to explode from within. The most grim dark of Parappa games are only released in Romania. No one else.
Only in Romania, yes, because Romania has really lax censorship rules.
Was the only nation grim dark enough. Jeez, that poor guy. Can't kick small people like that.
軍狼剣か。子供騙しだな。
So, where were you while I was fighting, Ray? You just hanging out?
よくもわしの可愛い息子たちの血を流してくれたな。
レイ。
マミヤ。
ごめんなさい。私、この敵を。
No, hey, look at that. Strong female character got kidnapped and held as a hostage. Who would have thought?
Oh, and there's Ray's sister.
Airi! Her background is great. She was mentally broken down and used as a sex slave until she lost her sense of self. That's her entire characterization.
Welcome to Japan.
Welcome to, like, action media in general, I was about to say.
本当に兄さんなの。でももう私には何も見ることはできない。
お前ネゴ
連れ去られ
And now the big bad boss says, haha, unless you want me to kill your sister, you will have to fight Kenshiro.
自ら目に薬を浴び
Now, please, sorry for banging on about this, but now please explain to me, why does the girl, who you have just explained to me, has been broken down by being a sex slave for years, why does she have a more sensible skirt length than the underage girls?
Well, you see, because she is a mature woman, it's more attractive that her body is covered. Because you see, only a pervert would be attracted to the uncovered legs of small girls.
Well, either that or, I don't know, if I remember correctly, I think when she was kidnapped, she was about to get married.
Yeah.
Oh, so she didn't change in a couple of years?
No. Her dress is also a lot more marriage-y, shall we say, in the original series. Here it seems like they threw something together.
Yeah, the green wedding dresses of Japan, of post-apocalypse Japan, you know what happens.
Alright, it's time to pose. Now, interestingly enough, this is actually plot important right here.
Posing?
Yes, because see, the Hokuto Shinken and Nanto Seiken schools practiced and sparred against each other, and the stance that he takes there is one that shows that the sparring match is non-lethal and meant only for training. So he's secretly giving Ray a message that they are supposed to fake killing each other.
Yeah, that was pretty silly. Sorry.
It was great, was what it was.
Can you enter my kick field of destiny?
I'm just gonna float in the area for a bit and start kicking wildly, and if you walk into it, it's your own fault.
It did ludicrous amounts of damage when it hit too, what the hell?
I like this.
Fuck physics. Jesus Christ, it's so good. Why is that move so good? You have to punch him when he blinks.
And he blinks, yeah.
Damn it, I missed again. Seriously, this fucking D-pad.
I can understand the problem, but it just looks so ridiculous when it goes into weakness mode and you're just flailing off in a completely different direction.
Oh yeah, anticlimax is the game, right? That's where we're at.
Murr. Time to use our secret handshake techniques that shows that we're not actually killing each other.
Haha! Judo chop.
It's supposed to be a stab. It doesn't really come across as one, I realize.
And quality
They
of the
managed to cup a feel so hard it caused him to start bleeding.
Did he betray us? That's the question.
Time to gloat. Ha 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 ha.
Also, incidentally, shortly after the series, they also released a animated movie And that was also brought over to the States. And what's funny is that the big guy there was actually voiced by Uncle Phil in the English dub. Which is absolutely hilarious.
Oh, Shredder. You so silly. Oh no, they were both still alive. And here's me being an idiot and simply leaving my hostages unguarded because, you know, I'm a moron, basically.
戦いの前の構えは互いの飛行をつき仮死状態になる合図だったのだ。
よくもわしを騙しおったな。
これでお前の切り札はなくなった。
お酒。
Man, Ray, you should have pulled your punches a bit. It's going to be difficult. Let's go straight for the flying headbutt. Why not?
わしの本当の切り札を見せてやるわ。
Now he uses one of the secret techniques of, I think it's a Mount Zan martial arts or something. And he turns his body to steel.
Okay.
So he's basically a master of iron body. New bullshit martial art. Literally changed your cells into iron molecules.
Nanomachines, son.
At the store, Hokuto students have fought iron golems like a dozen times. At least.
You see, so this is not narrative, this is bullshit, so you can do whatever you want.
Ah, now I get it. You need to attack him in the back.
Because there is one part of the human body that doesn't have any sort of muscle percussion, it's the back. Those flying headbutts, seriously. Now punch him in the butt. Yeah.
Animation! We could not be bothered.
I'll never get tired of that vibration animation. Oh no, he shut off the PowerPoint that allowed me to use my iron body technique.
Yeah, you probably didn't hear it because you muted the stream, but when that happened, you basically got a sound effect that went...
Oh no, a debuff. He used defense down. I like that they changed the facial textures for the close-up. That's great. That I think, I can't remember the Japanese name, but in English it's called the Mountain Splitting Wedge. And it's just a really powerful chop that basically almost splits the skull in half. So it's really not so much as a secret technique as, you know, hitting someone in the head.
Oh, and of course, Kenshiro knows the PowerPoints to bring someone's sight back. Because why the hell not?
Hooray, I'm not blind anymore. Also, I'm totally forgetting about my horrific past. I wonder why they so lovingly rendered my breasts and butt. Since I'm supposed to be, you know, a victim of sexual assault. That seems a bit insensitive.
There really is no
Ken.
plot point in this series that will not be solved by him prodding at a bed with his finger, sister.
Nope. It's pretty great.
It's not though. It really isn't.
It's amazing.
It's quite fucking horrible.
The entire amusement that you can derive from this is how will Kenshiro use his magical fingers to solve this one?
My God. It's beautiful.
You are the man with 7 scars. Ugh.
まだぼーっとだけど兄さんの顔も見える
And then Irie goes, nope, that's not the guy. He actually looked completely different. And Ray goes, absurd! Whoever's heard of 2 men with chest scars? That makes no sense.
あの男の顔はわから
There
ない
simply isn't enough fighting in this world for that to happen.
顔を隠していたから
I actually like that little textures there of, yeah, I think there are some people in the background, but they're just basically cardboard cutouts.
Yep, those sprites.
They would fit right into the cricket audience.
Also, I think you can see on Irie's dress where it was actually cut off previously around the belly, but then she managed to find a dead woman and took her dress and just sewed on the rest. As you get older, the dress just goes further and further up.
So yeah, I think it was at this point that, yeah,
Facial animation.
that turns out that Irie's sister was, at least from what I had heard, she was kidnapped by a man that had 7 wounds on his chest. And he pretty much figured, you know, maybe it was Kenshiro, but no. Instead it was Kenshiro's brother, Jagi. Who was kind of a dick.
That's
And
shaking.
also absolutely awesome at the same time.
How did he get those scars? It's not like he was born with them. He just happened
No,
to.
he just inflicted those on himself.
Yep. He hates Kenshiro so much that he scarred himself to be in order to be able to impersonate him and drag his reputation through the mud. Yep.
Why? Why?
Because Kenshiro destroyed his face, forcing him to wear that iron mask.
That's a football helmet.
Yeah, well, the problem was the NFL doesn't exist anymore, so he doesn't really have anything else to live for.
Now, Elistor, Yagi does not use a shotgun martial art because the thing is that since he is one of the brothers that was taught the Hokuto Shinken, he actually knows Hokuto Shinken as well. He's just really, really bad at it. Because he was super lazy and didn't want to train.
Animations.
Yeah, this is where they introduce the 2 kids there. They're siblings, and Jagi is totally pissed off because the older brother, you know, like a good older brother is actually, you know, trying to take care of his younger brother.
Grr, how dare siblings have a good relationship, unlike me and mine. I will kill them because I am evil. That's not a shotgun, that's a goddamn cannon.
Yeah, that was actually something that's kind of a shame that they didn't put that in there. In the anime, when they first introduced Jagi, he was basically, you know, yelling at some huge guy to pretty much tell him his name. But the guy had no idea what he was talking about, so he kept showing him the scars. He still didn't know, so he just basically rammed his shotgun straight into the guy's mouth and just kept shouting at him to tell his name or he'll shoot. And the guy eventually just died of shock.
Hey boss, maybe he didn't know your name.
敵はおそらく身内
Alright.
北斗神拳同士の戦
Shit.
いにな
And also, incidentally, in the animated movie, in the English dub, Jaggi was actually voiced by the same guy that voices Igor in all of the
北
Persona
斗神
games.
拳を伝承できるのは一人
その兄弟のうちの一人かもしれない
Man, the voice actor over that
今度ば
makes
か
me
り
so
は
happy inside.
生きて帰れる保証はない
死ぬなよ
わあ二人を頼む
Also, goddamn that flickering.
It's her hair blowing in the wind. Pay no attention to the sprite rendering.
身をその中に
Also, I think that Mamiya has like 3 different hair colors depending on which media she's in.
まこにちゃん
I'm so tired of dragging this rock through the desert.
誰がこんなことを
ケンシロウ
Why does he look so happy?
あの村
年派もゆかぬ子供になんという
And
仕打
now the
ち
kid just suddenly disappeared.
貴様には
A child that has mastered instant transmission. Interesting. I need to investigate.
Then why was it dragging the rock through the desert?
Well, essentially, Jaggi just had him drag that piece of rock attached to his leg as basically as a message to Kenshiro.
Yes, I can get that. But if the kid can't teleport, then why?
I think that's a shortcoming of the game, sadly.
Oh.
I like to think that the kid just simply blinked out of existence and, I don't know, left behind a cherry.
おいお前たち
And now there's the statue of Yagi, and you have to kneel in front of it and say his name, otherwise you get punished.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, they basically just dig you into a hole up,
弟が会い
and
に来たとな
the only thing above ground is your head, and they just basically force one of the other villagers to basically cut your head off with a gigantic saw.
Which is actually a reference to a execution method in feudal Japan.
兄と呼んだ男だ
Of course it is.
そうか貴様が弟か俺も運のいい男だぜここで貴様を倒せば俺はあの方の右腕にしてもらえるからな
ならば早く
Why does this guy look like he's yelling, "Hello, sailor"?
見ろ俺様
Well,
の
he
北斗
does
神拳を
sound a little effeminate here as well,
ジ
so
ャギ様から奪い取った技
I like those shoulder
と
pads
味わ
though.
わせてやるわ
There's something very Road Warrior about those shoulder pads.
いいか
well, that's the
行く
thing.
ぞ
This North Star took a lot of cues from the Mad Max movies.
やっちまえ
Yeah, I mean Kenshiro as in his design is basically half Mel Gibson, half Sylvester Stallone. And he fights like Bruce Lee. Double hammer! Oh no, it's his red twin brother.
That means it's explosive.
Funny you would mention that, I was about to say, because here he goes.
Yep.
Sure, on the stream chat is complaining about the lag of Shinobi. But here's the thing, it's already been that wide a few times. are there? So,
の居場所を言え。
この先の高層ビルだ。ジャギ様は弟の貴様に対する憎しみだけで生きている。
そうか。
行けば貴様は必ず殺される。行って殺されやがれ。
thanks for putting a thumb-sized hole in my forehead. That let out all the demons. I feel better now.
俺に
Oh
対
wait.
する憎しみだけか。村人はなぜ姿を見せぬ。それにこのさっき
ケンシロウ。
子供、これが子供のさっきか。
アキお父さん、アキを殺したな。お前なんか人間じゃない。アキを返せ。
砂漠のあの子の兄か。かつての俺の
That
甘さ
poor
が
kid.
この幼い兄弟に悲劇をもたらしてしまったのか。
お前なんか。
Little does he know that the Fist of the North Star has a very effective technique against crossbows. You see, they catch the bolt with their pegs,
撃つがいい。
and then they just pull it out.
どうした。撃て。
Joey.
この痛み必ず
Case in point.
届けてやろう。
Elkery, the reason he didn't catch that one was because he wanted the child to feel like he had accomplished something by shooting the wrong guy. I don't know. Kenshiro is a dick.
I don't know. If I remember correctly and understood the dialogue here, I think Kenshiro's point there was basically, you know, the pain from that bolt to his chest. That he's going to return that straight to Jaggy for what he did to the kid's younger brother.
You have communicated the pain in your heart with this bolt to my chest. Ow.
貴様程度の男、ジャギ様の手を煩わせるまでもないわ。
Was that a special technique where he pounds with the just repeatedly pokes with the blunt side of the saw?
Apparently.
What's the point? I mean, that's exactly the thing. There is no point on the saw.
Like the double Warhammer guys as well.
That just hit them together with you in the middle. It's an ancient technique, I'm sure. From the area of grim darkness, where everyone used Warhammers.
Just get a shield.
To be fair, a Warhammer of that size, swung at any decent speed, would probably just pound you into the ground regardless.
Yes, not against, but the guy wielding the Warhammer get a Warhammer and a shield. That will probably do you a lot of good, since most of the people in this world are punching. I can see a shield being a pretty effective way to stop punches.
Follow me up to my pre-prepared boss arena, Kenshiro. Okay.
Kids are cruel, Ken, and I'm very much in touch with my inner child.
闇討ちの得意なお前が
以前の戦いで俺に勝ったつもりでいるのか？貴様が伝承者に選ばれたあの時、俺はあの時の恨みを決して忘れん。
お前は俺への恨みを晴らすためだけに俺の名を語り、多くの人々を犠牲にしてきたのか。
そんなクズどもの命などこの傷の痛みの日ではないわ。見るがいい。
So yeah, it's around this part where Shaggy basically keeps talking about how butthurt he is about the fact that Kenshiro basically mutilated his face.
All because he ran into the dojo while Kenshiro was training and started smacking him around with a sawn-off shotgun.
Yep, and basically screaming stuff like, "You idiot! I don't care about codes of honor or bullshit philosophy."
What exactly did it do to him?
He did a head exploding technique, but since Yagi knew enough Hokuto Shinken, he managed to reverse it before it was fatal. But it is still causing a constant pressure to remain in his skull, and that's why he needs to keep his head literally bolted together. Yup.
No. No.
Yup.
Yes.
お前が死ぬことに変わりはない。
No.
強がっていられるのもこれまでだ。
And yeah, this is the reason why he wanted Kenshiro up in the heliport.
まだわからんか。
Fire.
死ぬのはお前だ。
I'm sure you have no way of dealing with fire, Kenshiro.
Oh no, I'm sure
Actually, I think you will find that Hokuto Shinken
腐った貴様が
punch fire
都
to
心剣を
death.
使いこなすことはできん。
he just punches so hard that all the oxygen molecules fly away, causing a vacuum that kills the flames.
Wouldn't suppose they wanted.
Now, probably the best part about this fight in the animated and in the episode is when, after having been smacked around for a bit, Yagi decides to use the shotgun. And Kenshiro just smiles and says, "Go on, use that gun, see if it helps you." And Yagi raises the gun and his wrist spins around almost 180 degrees and points the shotgun at his own face. Because it turns out that Kenshiro hit a power point in his wrist, making it so that it will automatically just turn back if he thinks aggressive thoughts.
俺は今日まで無数の敵の血を流
No.
してきた。
No.
So in order to be able to not shoot himself, Yagi needs to use Hokuto Shinken on his own wrist,
俺を変えた。
which also causes him to throw the shotgun away.
真のことか。
お前の命もこれまでだ。
No. Just no. I can't take it anymore.
だから貴様は甘いというのだ。
Let me just back my
す
butt
でに
into
自
these
分だけ
flames
が
here.
炎に追い詰められていることに気づかぬとはな。ああ？俺はこの時を待っていたのだ。メイドの土産にいいことを
And this is the part I believe where he just says, "Haha, Kenshiro, you will die in these flames."
その真の魂を悪魔に乗
Because
ら
there
せ
is
たの
no
は
way you can escape
この
this
俺だ。
fire
何？奴のために
like I just did.
ユリアが死んだというのか？
It's also around here that he explains that it was him all along that
俺はお前
convinced
から
Shin
全てを
to
奪ってやった。
steal Julia away from Kenshiro.
Yeah, he was a snake dripping venom into Shin's ear, telling him that he deserved Yuria much more. Which made Shin turn from a decent dude into a completely insane man, somehow.
It kind of looked like Jaggy was dancing there.
That's a gif if I ever saw one.
ジャギ俺の名を言ってみろ
なんてやつだまったく
今さら逃げても無駄だ
And here Kenshiro is basically giving Jaggy some of his own medicine by basically telling him that Jaggy should say his name.
そうだ俺も昔のジャギではない
I like that leather diaper he wears. I wonder what the point of that is.
貴様どこで
Maybe
何
you're
と
supposed to
政
act the
権を
same
身に
as,
つ
I
け
don't
た
know. What did I call him, a
け
cup?
どうする貴様はここで死ぬんだ
Dramatic jumping. Is there no block ability or anything in this game? Wow, he
Okay,
ran
so-
right into that.
So that's what happens. Well, I think there is a block ability, but I think the way it works is that I need to hold one of the attack buttons down in order to do it.
Oh, you actually ran out of time there, didn't you?
Yeah, it looks like it.
It's getting tougher. Which perhaps isn't surprising, seeing as he is the Arc 3 final boss, so to speak.
バカなそんなバカない
かに何と政権を身につけようともそんなスローでは俺は倒せん
Now it's time to finish the job I started all those years ago, Yagi.
の怒り悲しみじっくりと味わうがいい
待てケンシロウ話せばわかる話せば
まずこれは真の文だ
West Side Story up in here, seriously.
そしてこれは
Stop dancing and start killing.
三人目はあの幼い兄弟
Final uppercut.
ちょっと待てまさかその矢をやめてくれそんなもの刺されたら死んじまうな
そして最後
Now feel the pain of that boy you killed.
お前によって全てを奪われたこの怒りだ
It's time for the high resolution face texture again.
貴様にその醜い死に様がふさわしいあと数秒でお前の体はこの世から消え失せ終わりだ
終わりだとバカめお前にはまだ二人の兄がいるのを忘れたか
And it's around here that Jaggy mentions that Kenshiro's other brothers are also still alive.
あの二人が生きていたのか
今はの際のジャギの言葉ケンシロウを地獄へと導く道しるべとなるのであろうか伝承者争いに終止符を打つためケンシロウは旅立つのであった
Also, the narrator's talking right now, so that's why he keeps panning around his pecs like that. In case you were wondering, Arthur. No, in the animated movie, I actually really like that fight because at the end of it, Jaggy was clearly getting very desperate, and he basically started grabbing huge pieces of debris and smacked Kenshiro across the head with it, but it didn't do anything like that.
He just grabs a big old concrete pillar and just shatters it across Kenshiro's body. He doesn't even move. So stupid and great.
I think my favorite part with that was after he did that, he had, I think, a small piece of it left and pretty much figured, yeah, fuck it, I'll throw this as well.
Yep. So here are the two cool dudes hanging out in a bar.
Yeah.
Waiting for adventure.
時系時俺は時にはどうしても会わねばならん
Elkri wants to know, Shining, how long is this game anyway?
I honestly forgot.
Because if it's the entire first series, we're not even halfway.
Yeah, I don't know. I suppose it would probably be a good idea to, I don't know, maybe finish this one up and then call it a day. Maybe.
So it seems to be holding the punch button to block, by the way. Just completely unrelated.
You're doing research.
Yes.
Also, while you're checking that, could you see if the triangle does the triangle button do anything?
I don't know. It seems, all the input seems to be punch, kick, or jump only, so...
Now we have this asshole right here. Amoeba. He's a bit of an asshole. Like, seriously. Bit of a dick. And here's one of the extremely rare black people in this series.
Oh my.
Marched in chains, and guess how long he gets to live?
Roughly 2 seconds, probably. Wikipedia says that it adapts the storyline of the manga from the beginning to Kenshiro's final battle with Raoh. I don't know what any of this means, but it might tell you something. It might tell you something.
Yep, it's the entire first series.
Okay.
This guy was a super heavyweight boxer before the war. But oh no, it is useless against bullshit martial arts.
Joy.
So yeah, this guy's deal is he apparently wants to figure out some of the secrets of Hokuto Shinken, and he basically does that by just grabbing a bunch of random people and just jamming a bunch of random power points and see what happens.
Yep. He just pokes various spots and sees what the effect is. Oh hey dude, your arm.
Oops.
Well, looks like his heart exploded.
Darn.
Bring me another one.
あんたもデクガリ隊には気をつけた方がいいよ。
デクガリ隊？
ほら、噂をすればなんとやらだ。
誰か俺と勝負したいやつはいないか?
Oh, he was sitting on his shoulder. I thought he was flying behind him.
A tiny jetpack.
おい、お前強そうだな。勝負してみんか。
俺か。
そうだ。勝てば食料を1ヶ月分やろう。
おい、あんた、今言ったばかりじゃ。
なに簡単なゲームだ。この牛気と腕相撲をしてもらおう。
いい度胸だ。俺の筋力は時様の秘術により数倍にアップしているのだ。時。
Good forearm development on that guy. Probably deadlifts a million.
そんな細い腕で俺に勝てるのか?
Let's arm wrestle.
What?
Hammer all buttons not to fail.
Yes. We have to hit him in the right sequence. Oh. Better turn on the turbo.
It doesn't have one.
And there's a 360 controller, which is terrible for quick tapping since the buttons are so high.
Come on.
Both thumbs, bro. Shit, both thumbs. Kenshiro!
Jesus.
That was a lot more dramatic than it was in the original episodes. And now, since you lost at arm wrestling, you have to explode. That's just how it works. Watch out, he's got a cane!
Well, at least this guy seems to be tall enough to just be able to punch him.
And the moment he is defeated, all the others in the room just fall over. Load-bearing boss. Love it. Shit, he used his special technique.
Yeah, that was an actual technique, if I'm not mistaken. It had a name and everything.
Yep.
The bitch slap.
相手を見てから喧嘩を売るべきだったな。時のところに案内してもらおうか。
ケンシロウ、デクにふさわしい男よ。トキ様。
And then Amoeba's all... Aha, someone who truly knows the Fist of the North Star has arrived. Excellent, bring him here.
Well, I guess since you already spoiled it, I might as well... well, not before this.
Are they reusing the model for Mamiya's little brother? Because
I think they are.
Yeah, I think they are. Well, we gotta cut those corners. Here, go ahead and put them on this bloody table. Whoops.
Toki.
Well, he'll be fine, I'm sure. Oh, hello, protagonist.
Yeah, the thing is, at this point, Kenshiro thinks that this guy is his older brother Toki, who actually didn't want to use Hokuto Shinken as a fighting style. He actually wanted to make use of it as a way to help people. Which he actually did after the whole nuclear fallout.
Speaking of nuclear fallout, did you know that Toki, in an attempt to save Kenshiro, Yuri, and a group of innocent children, when they ran to the nuclear fallout shelter to see the outside door did not close automatically because the systems were broken. So Toki sent everyone else inside, and then he closed this giant-ass steel gate from the outside.
What was great about that is that once they actually managed to open the door, Toki was still alive.
Yep, he had been buried under radioactive dust for 2 weeks. But he had been using Hokuto Shinken to stay alive. And that's the only reason he is the weakest surviving brother now. Yup. He was meant to be the original successor of the style. But after that little accident, they realized that, oh right, he's probably going to die of cancer in like everything. That's not good. Hey, we're actually seeing some blocking now. And you also have a block meter apparently, so if you just try and turtle, you'll get wrecked.
Yes, you will get stunned if the block meter is full. Now you know.
But yeah, it's probably at this point that they're going to explain it, so... This guy's actual name is Amiba, who just happens to sort of look like Toki. And his deal is that, well, Toki was basically going around helping people by, you know...
healing them with PowerPoint magic.
Yes. Due to the fact that Amiba is a total narcissistic asshole, he thought, you know, just because he saw it himself, he'd be able to do the same thing. Of course, when he tried to do it on one guy's leg, it of course basically screws things up, and Toki basically just ran in trying to help the guy, and Amiba essentially hated Toki just for the fact when Toki pushed him out of the way, he smacked him right in the face. And that's the only reason why he hated Toki so much, that he pretty much decided to tarnish his entire reputation.
There is a lot of stuff like that in this series. For some reason, people are incredibly petty.
Well, I guess they didn't explain it just yet, but what the hell?
Sup, I'm here to help.
Oh shit, it's Ray.
Amiba. 他の男は騙せても俺の目はごまかせんぞ。顔まで変えて時になりすますとは。
お前の言う通り俺はアミバだ。だがもう遅い。ケンシロウは倒した。俺は天才だ。北斗神拳は俺が伝承してやる。
Not my shin. It's my weak points.
飛行封じというものがあるらしいぞ。
何？飛行封じ？
Yep.
I don't know. When they were developing this game, didn't anyone at any point say, maybe we should change that animation?
No,
just a little bit.
It is perfect.
Also, it's around here. One thing that I really liked is that before then, Kenshiro was basically paralyzed because Amiba, you know, here's one of his power points for that, but once he figured out that, you know, it's not actually Toki's, all of a sudden, you know, okay, then his Hokuto Shinken is complete and total crap, so I could just get out of it.
Yep.
Why? And did he just inflate himself?
Yes.
Yeah, he basically
used muscle up.
Yeah, he used he basically used certain power points to increase his muscle mass.
The synthol PowerPoint.
know, after this I can never use Microsoft PowerPoint ever again.
Activate the secret PowerPoint slide. Have you tried not jumping into the boss's obvious attack pattern, Shiny?
Do you want to play this game?
Sort of, yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm fine.
One taunt all you want, Amiiba, because Shining is the sort of guy that when he's in a pinch, his power doubles.
You haven't died yet, have you?
I did die against Shin.
Yeah. Because he only had like, what, 30% health.
Yeah, that's right.
Ah, crap. Well, we're doing that fight again.
Shame for display. I like that the Amiiba keeps punching the air above you. Och då, Zang continue again.
長く生きすぎた。
バカめ、凡人が俺に勝てるか。
He looks so absolutely ludicrous when he runs after you now with buff body. That was an anime exchange right there if I ever saw one. One guy punching the other one, kicking and not actually hitting each other. They just punch and kick each other's limbs instead. Deflecting the incoming attack. Now that right there though, that's a high level tactic. Use the aerial repeated kick to simply hover in the air over the boss's ground slide attack. Jeez, get wrecked, Amiiba. Is it now Kenshiro uses that absolutely stupid technique?
The one that forces the guy to walk backwards?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Is this what wound is he supposed to be suffering from here exactly?
Well, it doesn't really look all too good here, but what actually happened was that Amiiba's hands basically exploded.
Oh.
There were only stumps left.
Well,
what's actually pretty funny about that is that, Kenshiro hit those other power points that caused him to walk backwards. So basically, to mock him, they told him, well, why don't you just push the correct power points and negate it? And in the anime, he was just flailing his stumps around trying to hit the power points, but he couldn't.
Oh, Kenshiro, you sociopath. And Ray is loving it. Oh wow, I like the blood spatter all the way up.
It was kind of like that Blood guys or an Army of Darkness.
Or the second movie for that matter.
Oh hey, here's the real Toki.
Wartooth.
Just hanging out in a prison.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, it was specifically called Cassandra.
Yeah.
The prison or
the prison.
And
I don't know, it would have been pretty cool if, the big bearded bulky guy that actually runs the place was also called Cassandra, but unfortunately no.
I love that guy.
If I remember correctly, his name was, I think at least in the animated movie, they decided to translate it as Uyghur.
Yeah, Uyghur.
Well then.
He's supposed to be Mongolian, apparently. And he has the best secret weapon ever.
二度と生きて出ることのできない死風の監獄と、かつて鬼と恐れられ悪魔とそしられた凶悪犯たちが泣いて出獄を請うた町。
それに
There's Mommy again, who is totally an important character, you guys. She just went off screen for a few dozen episodes.
Oh well.
まるで人の気配がしないけど、
These dudes, though.
本当にここに多くの人が捕らえられているの
These
かしら。
dudes right here.
マミー、目の前をよく見てみろ。
え？
我はカサンドラの英士ライガー、同じくフーガ。
Holy hell.
俺たちがいなきゃ
It's the Muscle Twins.
With skull
何
caps.
人たりともここを通すわけにはいかぬ。ここは俺に任せる。我らが
They carry on a secret technique that requires two users to be perfectly in sync.
同じ感性を持つ者のみが
Which is a really stupid idea for any martial art, because shit, what happens if you're attacked when you're alone, you
カサン
moron?
ドラに住む者。
Well, I guess that's why they go everywhere together.
Or, you know, do not attack in sync and actually land punches instead of, you know, just mirroring each other's moves.
Ah, but it's far more advanced than
我ら
that.
の間に入った者は体ごと
Sure
両
it
断
is.
されるの
They have
だ。
a secret technique, you see. Basically, everyone who visits the North Star has a secret technique somewhere.
It looked like a backboard for a second. Yes, the punch to the back of the head.
The secret technique. Now you can see that there are little red strings between them. They are basically using monofilament threads dubbed between them. And that's their super secret pair technique. They basically run on either side of you and they cut you in half. Instead of, you know, coming at you with swords. And apparently he can't actually set up for the technique because the pillar's in the way. Oh man, that is the best.
I don't know, with that secret attack in there, so I
なぜ殺さ
don't
れ
know.
殺意より悲しい。
I kind of get the feeling that maybe people in Japan might have made jokes about that at some point, because, I don't know, the whole red string thing. Isn't that something that they usually use to, you know,
俺たちを見切るとは。
something to do with soulmates or something?
Yeah, soulmates in, according to Japanese mythology at least, are connected with a red string between their pinky fingers.
Well, that's handy.
Well, you know, it's an invisible red string that exists on the metaphysical plane, so it's sort of difficult to follow it, but it's there.
No one's ever seen it, but they know that it's red. Good.
Yeah. It's like the invisible pink unicorn.
What about it?
It's pink and invisible, I guess.
Yeah. And it eats socks.
Well, it makes more sense than most of this game so far. It's also fairly quite a lot less stupid.
And now Muscle Bros basically say, oh, Kenshiro, you are a honorable warrior. You are a cool dude, and you are here to save your brother, and we are brothers, so we respect brother things.
Brother things, yes.
So we will help you by opening the gate that we are supposedly guarding.
Well, if anything, these guys do have the right idea. I mean, you pretty much need to be friends with Kenshiro if you want to live.
Then again, if you're friends with Kenshiro, your odds of dying are rather high as well.
I suppose, but at least then you could say, hey, I used to be friends with Kenshiro, but then I died.
At least your chances of
Ah, here he is. Uyghur. I love this guy.
double whips, yes.
Yes, dude, you have no idea.
That is fucking useful.
forgot that he's still voiced by his original voice actor in this one, Daisuke Gori. I really miss that guy. He's great.
He was.
Yeah, that's essentially the voice they used for all of the characters he did. He was kind of typecasted for the big burly dudes.
Oh no, it's our little brother, I think.
But I don't know, it didn't really matter all that much to him, because hey, he just really liked the whole voice acting gig. But then his diabetes got worse and his eyesight pretty much decided to go, so he couldn't read the scripts anymore.
Did it just have a really crappy recording studio for this, or is everyone mumbling?
Well, I think it has more to do with them trying to store like 60 minutes of audio on a PlayStation disc.
That's basically what I'm getting from the voice acting.
Let me tell you what the fish of the North Star.
Yes, sure.
Everyone should just be voiced by the teachers from Peanuts, basically. Will Uyghur use his secret technique in this game? Or did they decide not to bother?
I'm not really sure. Was it the one that involved his whips?
Yeah, the one involving the horns. Which is perhaps one of my favorite scenes in the entire anime, just because it hits peak stupidity.
Yeah, like, how did he manage to fit those things in there?
I don't know.
I'm not sure if it's in here, but I guess we'll find out.
And yes, Elgri, I'm super spoilers. I'm spoiling everything.
What was this?
I'm just gonna... Oh wait, I can't abuse it. This guy's too fast.
He's too fast, too furious.
What exactly was the spoiler here, Entry? The fact that someone pulls a bullshit technique out their ass.
That's never happened.
If you can't see that coming at this point, then you...
And I just want to put it out there that this guy also has Mongolian wrestling as one of his styles. That's why he has those super strong shoulder tackles. And why he could control the prisoners of Cassandra with his raw strength. Then again, once we get into prison, we see that the only dude in there that actually matters is Toki, and everyone else is just this starved person that wouldn't have a chance against even one of the standard moves. I like that you did not even let him get into his vulnerable mode. You just punched him in the back the moment he got up.
Oh yeah, it seems like he didn't get to use it.
No. We'll have to link a video to that once the stream is over.
Oh yeah, if I remember correctly, it was at this point that Oigel actually mentioned that they had an open grave specially meant for Kenshiro, but then of course Kenshiro mentions that Oigel's gonna be the one who will be filling that grave.
And they hit his power points that causes his body to compress until he dies instead of exploding. Because that is a technique in Hokuto Shinken, you see.
Everything is, though.
The imploding fist.
Yeah, I'm not surprised at all anymore, because no matter what it is, a technique that particular day, it seems.
Yep. It is always hilarious because later on he just unleashes these ludicrous fucking techniques that would have been really helpful for beating people earlier on.
時のところへ案内してくれ。
わかった。極長はこの2つの巨星が交わることを極端に恐れていた。2人が会えばカサンドラだけでなく世界が変わるかもしれぬと。
Well, Elkery, the thing is, we can't really describe Ogre's secret technique. It needs to be seen. Oh, hey, it's those guys.
今なら剣王様も寛大に許してくださるだろう。
The inexplicably Arab people with scimitars.
それが返事か。だが貴様と時を合わせるわけにはいかん。時の極者への通路は探せてもらうぞ。何？
兄貴
We're getting out of here.
せめて俺たちの手で極者への通路を。通路を塞がれれば二度と極者にはたどり着けねえ。
These buildings are not scaled to these guys at all, seriously. I mean, for crying out loud.
No, but you know what? I can believe that for once, since they seem to be big guys, and get out of Scandinavia basically, and everything is made for an average height of roughly 3 feet, it seems.
It's okay, we'll use our bodies to hold open the exit.
Yep.
Don't hurry or anything, no, never mind.
Well, the thing is, they still stay like that even after they die. They just think Kenshiro is that cool.
安心して眠ってくれ。悪の炎は俺が消す。そして
And the worst part is that they could just have climbed up the buildings. I mean, Kenshiro displays several times that he can jump like 30 feet straight up into the air.
時はここに。
よくたどり着いた。しかし、この部屋の秘密を知
Now
らん
you
限り
must fight the Iron
貴
Sheik.
様は時と会うことはできんぞ。ここで時間を稼げば、その間に仲間が時を殺してくれるわ。
時はお前たちに殺されるような男ではない。
病に侵された男に何ができるか。主張処刑当日、受けてみるがいいわ。
There it is. The secret technique.
もたもたしてると時があの世へ行き
Spinning
だ
your
ぞ。
sword in front of yourself. Thus becoming invulnerable. What? There's just a red version of it?
Apparently.
Okay then.
And they all try to attack me immediately, so I keep instant killing those guys.
Some serious wrecking going on here, god damn.
Yes.
It doesn't help that their vulnerable attack, where their let's say that you can critical hit them, is basically a slow-moving attack that goes straight forward. So you can just take one step to the side and kick them.
Well, I said just an introduction that I have no idea what's going on, and I've been watching this for 2 hours and I still don't know what's going on.
Yeah, nope.
Oh no, he poked his turban. What is...
Not my turban. How did you know the turban was my weak point?
この先か。
なんで
And he forces him to point where Toki is.
Well, not so much as point, just stretch out his arm. Or his hand, vault up to the fist.
That's pointing in some cultures.
Testing towards him.
Yes, stepwise explosions from the fist all the way into the body.
And then Kenshiro also just busts through a wall.
So,
Why the fuck not?
and these guys were walled in with him apparently.
この男がトキ
Now instead of just cutting Toki's head off and like cutting their losses, they're going to stand there and talk.
本当に病人かびくともせん。
くそ今だ何としても時を殺すのだ
やらねば殺されるのは俺たちだ。
やってみるがいい。お前たちにも時という男がわかるはずだ。
And now it's time for some Hokuto Ujoken.
Oh,
Yeah, Toki's version of Hokuto Shinken is basically... it's apparently a lot more merciful. That one attack that he just did that apparently... because of that, his enemies just basically die in a state of ecstasy.
Yep.
牽制への北斗神拳。
It causes an orgasm explosion instead of a pain explosion.
that explains the white gear. Or is that out of the series by now?
That was literally in the first episode, so yes, probably.
Oh. Well then.
Good callback reference, though. Good callback.
I try.
Then Toki's like, yep, I could have escaped at any time, but I didn't feel like it, because I thought you were dead.
そしてこれが北斗神拳剣王と山が二人が会うことを恐れていたわけがこれで分かった。
待っていたぞ。痩せたな時。だがまだ生きている。時。
How many brothers are there, asks Valkyrie. Well, 4.
分かっている。
At least until part 2, when it's revealed that there's a 5th one. But in the first series, there are 4.
我らが長期
Going in order of age, it's Kenshiro as the youngest, then it's Yagi, then Toki, and then the one we haven't met yet.
これは
Kenshiro is the youngest, but wasn't there a younger brother, the kid, or am I just completely lost at this point?
I don't
There's some-
know, I'm not sure, but I think I kept hearing something about, I don't know, that there was an even younger kid, but I think the problem was that they didn't have what it takes to actually, you know, even learn any of the techniques of Hokuto Shinken, so the Yukin basically told him to get the fuck out.
See, El Chris as confuses me. Good.
That prison kid, you mean the kid that was out at the front?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was the younger brother of the two muscle bros.
Oh, right.
I know they can be sort of tricky to tell apart since they're reusing the same, you know, teenage boy model over and over again.
And, you know, because it's a combination as well of this many characters just popping in and disappearing, combined with the fact that I don't understand any of the writing on screen. That
More like popping in and popping, I was about to say.
one way of saying it, yes. But it makes it slightly confusing to those of us who have no idea of the actual storyline.
Uncultured rubes that are yet to enjoy this wonderful series.
So yeah, well, I guess at least for the time being, fuck Shinobi, I'm gonna be streaming this.
Hell yeah. Fist of the North Star high fives, and we just slap our palms together and we both explode.
Fist bumps, obviously. Come on.
Fist of the North bump.
Yes.
Man, I really should have done this from the start.
Why was this not the first game you streamed?
Well, mostly because, you know, I had already started one of them and I wanted to finish it off first, but then stage 6A happened.
Yeah, fuck that stage basically. And yes, Alistair, there is all the entire first 109 episodes, but it's not over yet. We're roughly halfway. I mean, shit, we haven't even met any of the big bosses yet. Like the mysterious Soda. That one I'm really looking forward to.
Yeah, but considering the time, it's probably best to save that for another day.
Yeah, I agree. Seriously, I can't wait until Souther appears and I get to explain why he is as dangerous as he is. Because he is immune to Hokuto Shinken.
Jesus.
Yeah, the explanation for why he's invulnerable is...
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's the best. No spoilers. Alright. That was great.
Yeah.
I like this game.
So, that's about it, I guess. So, thank you, Blodgrevling and Arthur, for guesting for this.
Thank you very much for inviting me. This was great.
And thank you, everybody in the chat, for watching this, despite the fact that I, fucked up royally when I started off today.
It has been redeemed.
Technical problems should always occur right at the start, because that's the best point to have them. Trust me.
That was the thing. I thought that the technical issues were going to be the problem, not, the game being total bullshit.
But Shinobi is all about bullshit.
Well,
I mean, it is a game built around bullshit.
Well, yeah, but I'm pretty sure even Shinobi 3 and Revenge of Shinobi, even they didn't go that far.
It's the bullshit entry.
They at least didn't have to deal with shitty cameras.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's it. I guess I'll see you guys the next time I stream something, or I guess Tuesday when Arthur streams something. Maybe. Well,
on
anyway...
on Tuesday we're playing Open Sea Fishing Simulator.
Fuck yes.
Well, anyway, that's it, I guess. So, goodbye, everyone, and boobs, I guess.
Good night.
Boobs.